Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome back to the Srimad Bhagavatam study circle. So, I hope all of you are able to hear my voice. If I'm audible, please say yes. We have Dishna, we have Rani, we have Bhavesh. If you can just confirm that my voice is audible, that will be great. Thank you. Uh, Meanwhile, let me open the share the screen. So, kindly wait. So please confirm if you are able to hear my voice. That will be nice so that each one of you can listen to it nicely. Yeah, just give me a moment. I'm just presenting the. Yeah. Yes, okay. Thank you so much, Bhavesh. Thank you so much, Rani. Thank you very much. So that way we can actually go ahead and start our discussion. Okay. Yeah. Yes, welcome all of you once again. We have been discussing a very beautiful section, that's the first canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. And there are some very interesting things that we have shared and discussed in the past almost 10 or 13 sessions now in the first canto. So today is going to be maybe the second last session of the first canto. So next session we will have will be the next and the last session of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so we are actually nicely discussing an overview of the Srimad Bhagavatam and getting the gist of the different beautiful pastimes of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so let me see if it is. Looks like my internet is today a little slow. Yeah, finally it's come. Yeah. So let's dedicate this session to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, and my beloved spiritual master. So kindly join your palms and let's chant the pranam mantras, all of us. It will be displayed on the screen, so please join your palms and chant along with me the pranam mantras. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi पाश्चात देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. Okay. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. Hare Krishna. Welcome back, all of you, once again. So let me see who else has joined. Okay, today there is no one on StreamYard. So all those who have joined on YouTube, thank you so much for joining. And If you have any, okay, looks like there is some. Okay, let me just. Okay, okay. So they are just trying to check if. Oh, Hare Krishna Vinodji. So I'm just trying to tell them if they are not unable to join for some reason into the yard, uh, they can join on YouTube. Yeah. Okay, take it. I just messaged them. All right. Okay, thank you so much. I think now we all have been here on YouTube. And those who have joined, please say Hare Krishna, each one of you. So that will be very nice. Okay. So in the previous session, we discussed that how we need to have the courage to quit, isn't it? So each one of us we got an understanding, a brief of how we are supposed to quit everything in life. Not everything is stable, not everything is constant in life, isn't it? So there is always something that we lack, and we always need to move forward in our life. Otherwise, we get stuck very badly. So now we have come to the stage where Yudhishthira and all these, ठीक है, all everyone else, they were about to leave. They were all about to quit. They all gave everything to Parikshit. And Parikshit Maharaj actually had married the daughter of Uttar Kumar. Hmm? You know the Uttar Kumar? Who is Parikshit, by the way? Parikshit is the son of Abhimanyu and Uttara. Uttara had a brother called Uttar Kumar. Uttar Kumar had a daughter called Iravati. So Parikshit Maharaj got married to Iravati and they had four children. Okay. So in those days, of course, marriages were done at a very young age. They never delayed. So marriages were quite quick that time. So Iravati was the wife of Parikshit Maharaj, and he became the emperor of the world. Now Parikshit Maharaj is ruling everywhere. A lot of places are under his control. A big thing, not a small thing. All the Pandavas have left, and Parikshit Maharaj was ruling, and he was ruling it very properly. And just like Yudhishthira Maharaj, a very powerful king, Parikshit was not an ordinary personality. Why? Because at the very young age, just in the womb of his mother, he had seen Krishna. So Parikshit is one who directly had the darshan of Krishna in the womb itself. So he cannot be an ordinary personality. So a very powerful personality. And then Suta Goswami, he narrates all these pastimes on the request of Shaunaka Rishi. Now Shaunaka Rishi also, now you all know the setting, by the way, that Shaunaka Rishi and his more than 10,000 disciples, they're all in Naimisharanya. This discussion is happening in Naimisharanya. And Naimisharanya is like a university at that time, yeah, a spiritual university, because a lot of students were there. And that's why Shaunaka Rishi was called Kulapati. Kulapati means one who can manage 10,000 disciples, students, with all their food and accommodation. So that such a person is called a Kulapati. So they're all in Naimisharanya. And now Suta Goswami is about to narrate what happened next. But then Shaunaka Rishi is saying that, see, I would like to listen to all these pastimes, and I really want to know if Krishna is involved. Okay, if Krishna is involved, then I am very happy to listen to all these stories. So Suta Goswami, on this such a request, Krishna's glorification is about to happen. So he gets excited. So this is another quality of Shaunaka Rishi. They don't want to listen to anything that does not involve Krishna. And because we in our regular conversation don't involve Krishna, what happens is we are filled with negativity. We're constantly discussing all the negative topics. You open the news, what's happening? In the news all the time, there is constant negativity, full of negativity. Oh, somewhere there is some minister is captured and is about to die and or already dead, and somewhere there are murders happening. There are riots happening. Constantly, we hear a lot of negative things, and more than that, also we sometimes take pleasure in gossiping negative things. So we constantly discuss a lot of negative stuff. Hmm? So we all speak negative things somewhere in a day at least, somewhere we will have find some way to find and talk some negative things, right? Even if we don't talk, then at least the news is there for us to give us some ideas to talk something negative. So constantly this is going on. People call over phone, and what they discuss, what they have already heard. That person has also seen the news. This person also has seen the news. They know that okay, this is a negative. They also know the negative, but still they will discuss about the same negative thing. So they take pleasure in discussing all that. So Shaunakarisi is really not interested in all such negative stuff. He is willing to listen to the stories and pastimes which are connected to Krishna. What is the point in discussing negative things, right? So that is why we are also here trying to discuss something which is related to Krishna, because at least once in a week we have this opportunity to discuss and talk about Krishna in depth, right? And this is very helpful also for all of us. When we discuss about Krishna, a lot of transformation happens in our life. When we take Krishna's name, a transformation happens in our life. Hmm? Krishna's names are so powerful. There is a very beautiful pastime I would like to share with some of you. Must have heard also. There is a place in Tamil Nadu called Tirikolliyur. Hmm? So in this place, Tirikolliyur, in the month of Kartik Mas, in the proper nakshatra, very auspicious Kartik the nakshatra, there was a person born. His name was Neelan. Hmm? Neelan was. A very powerful boy, and he went on to become a soldier in the Chola dynasty. Very powerful. And because he was like a commander in chief, and gradually, as his stature grew, eventually he became a king of a small kingdom called Mangai. So then people started calling him Tirumangai. He became a king of Mangai. So this Tirumangai, of course, later on, gradually he becomes a devotee, and this person, Neelan, who became Tirumangai, he went on to become Tirumangai Alvar. So one of the 12 prominent Alvars, there are 12 in the Sri Sampradaya, there are 12 Alvars. One of them is this Tirumangai. Tirumangai Alvar is called. So this Neelan, what happened was once in his kingdom, he was roaming around and he comes across a very beautiful river. And at that morning, when he was strolling across around this river, he saw a very beautiful lady. And he got so attracted to this beautiful lady that it was a love at first sight for him. So immediately he goes and he proposed to her that, would you like to marry me? And this lady, whose name was Kumudavalli, so this Kumudavalli said, I would like to marry you, but I have a condition. So she had two conditions basically. So this Kumudavalli said that first thing is you have to be initiated. In Sri Sampradaya, there is a ritual. There is a ritual where they put mudras, Shankha Chakra Mudra. And the Shankha Chakra Mudra actually denotes that a person is initiated in spiritual line. So this Kumudavalli, this lady, was so beautiful. She told Neelan, if you want to marry me, then you have to actually have these mudras on your body. You have to get initiated. And the second is you have to feed 1,000 people every day if you want to marry me. See, look at that conditions. Huh? These days, women have total different conditions. They will not think about whether this person will become spiritual or does some charity, nothing. Today's people will say, you get me a nice dress, you get me jewelry, if not gold, if not diamond, if not that, then platinum. All these kind of demands will be there. Conditions. If you want to marry me, then these are the things that you have to get. But those time you see the ladies, they are asking you have to be spiritually initiated, and then you have to feed 1,000 people every day. What a condition it is! And this Neelan now, love is blind. He agreed without even a second thought. He said, "Okay." He agreed to this, and then this Neelan, what he did was, immediately went to getting this mudras on his body. He got this mudra of Shanku Chakra. He got initiated and he told her, see, now I have this. I am being initiated in the spiritual line. So will you marry me? She said, okay. And then after marriage, they had this huge, what it is called, like every day feeding 1,000 people. Now, this Neelan, not just feeding 1,000 people, but he went a step ahead and then he started actually giving them whatever they asked for. So Neelan was giving them food, and along with food, whatever charity they asked, he was giving them. And then what happens now? Slowly and gradually, his treasury became empty. How long, you can feed 1,000 people every single day? Now he didn't understand that when he actually took this promise, he gave this promise. Now he accepted this condition he has to fulfill. So now this is going on, and after a few days, few months, all his treasury was empty. Now, to keep up this condition that he has to feed 1,000 people every day, he started looting people. So he used to go and loot the rich people. He became a dacoit and started looting the rich people and then feeding that 1,000 people every single day. Look at this. Every day this was happening, and he had his own group of people. Okay, dacoit means he'll not be alone. He'll have his full gang. So he had a gang, and after all, he's a king of he's a Tirumangai. Okay, so what happened was this Neelan, when he was looting all these people, the Lord himself thought, okay, he has that intention and desire. He's looting all the rich people, like Robin Hood. He loots all the rich people and then he feeds all the poor people. He helps the poor people. So he became like that, like Robin Hood of those time. Okay, so this Neelan, he was doing everything, even the dacoity that he was doing, were feeding 1,000 people every single day because his wife has told him. Now, Lord was very impressed by this. The Lord said, okay, he is doing all these to help people. Let me also do something for him. So the Lord and Lakshmi Devi, Narayana and Lakshmi Devi, they both appeared into this world, and they appeared where Tirumangai was there in Mangai. And then they decided that we will get married. So Narayan and Lakshmi Devi, they decided they'll get married. And with all the brahmanas and the priests and everybody, and so much opulence is there now with Lakshmi Devi, means a lot of gold, everything will be there, and a huge big party. So they were crossing through the forest, Narayana and Lakshmi Devi, along with the priest and so much of gold and everything. So this news immediately was sent to Tirumangai. I mean, he had his gang, so the informers were there. So they sent this news to Tirumangai that there is a big party with a lot of money, and if we can loot this gold, we will be sufficient for 1 month. We can feed 1,000 people for 1 month. I think we should loot this. So Tirumangai was excited. Oh, amazing! Let's go now. So they all, with full plan, they went and they captured. They captured whom? Lord Narayan and Lakshmi Devi in the forest. And they looted everything. They filled up the sacks with all the gold and everything, jewelry. And then Tirumangai says, Lakshmi Devi and Narayana, see, all that gold that you have on your body, everything should be there in this sack. So take off everything. Nothing should remain on your body. If something is there, then you will have to pay the price. You have to give up your life. So everything was given to Tirumangai. Take this, everything. And then he was, about to take the bag and turn around and move. At that moment, Tirumangai saw that there is a silver anklet. There is a silver anklet on the feet of the Lord. Then he looked and said, why is that on your feet? Why have you kept, why didn't you give that to me? The Lord said, look, actually, I want to give you, but it's so difficult. I'm not able to take it out. And Tirumangai was like, oh, don't worry, I'll do it. So he comes and he starts pulling it. It's very tough to pull him. And then Tirumangai, this Nilan, he keeps his leg on the feet of Krishna and then pulls out this anklet. Now, looking at all this adventure, I mean, his gymnastic, the Lord was very impressed. You didn't give up. The Lord was very impressed. And the Lord said, "Oh, amazing! This is so wonderful." He appreciates, in fact, that you are so expert in stealing. The Lord is appreciating this Neelan. And then Neelan, he takes this anklet and puts it in the sack. And then when he's trying to lift this sack, now he's unable to lift this sack. He was just unable. He could not lift the sack. Then this Neelan, he looked at the Lord and said, "Did you put some mantra on this? That now I'm not able to lift this whole bag only. After putting this anklet, what's the problem?" The Lord said, "Yes, actually I have put some mantra." So Lord, the Neelan said, "You have to tell me the mantra. I have to take all this gold." The Lord said, "See, I cannot tell you the mantra like this openly. You please come here. I have to tell this in the ear." And then he comes close by, and then the Lord actually he chanted. Narayana is chanting the Ashtakshari mantra in the ears of Neelan. And what is this Ashtakshari mantra? Om Namo Narayanaya. So this Neelan was directly initiated by the Lord himself. The Lord, if he has to chant in the ears of Neelan, just imagine. He directly got initiated. And after listening to that Om Namo Narayana, this mantra, there was a shift, there was a transformation in the heart of Neelan. And from then, Neelan, I'm just cutting this whole thing short. It's a very elaborate story, but later on, this Neelan went on to become, of course, Tirumangai the king and Tirumangai Alvar later. So this Tirumangai Alvar became such a great devotee that even today, to this date, the Sri Vaishnavas, they worship these 12 Alvars, and one of them is Tirumangai Alvar. So Lord Narayana personally blessed him. The point here is when you take the name of Krishna, when you come in contact with the name of Krishna, there is a transformation in the heart. And this is supposed to happen. See, when we are listening to the Srimad Bhagavatam, when we are actually constantly chanting the holy names, we should at some point of time get this kind of transformation in our heart. Otherwise, we will continue the way it is continuing now. But we should see that the real success comes when we become pure. There is no negativity in the heart. So actually, what happens is when you come in contact with Krishna, just like Neelan, when he came in contact with Krishna's name, Krishna himself, so all that negativity which was there in his heart, everything was gone. So this is how the best way to deal with negativity is to be with the most positive person, and that is Krishna. And we can be in touch with Krishna by taking his names, by listening to his pastimes. And that's what Shaunaka Rishi is also saying, that if you are ready to talk to me about the pastimes of Krishna and that which is related to Krishna, then I'm open. But today people are so engrossed in listening to the radio Mirchi, the FM, and so many things that we have forgotten Krishna. And that's why we have a problem, right? We are not happy. All the negativity is coming, right? Constantly. So if we can find Krishna in our day-to-day activities, then we will have true success. And it is possible. So many a times, when we look at something, I have my niece, her name is Radia, she's in Pune. And then when she was a small kid, she used to say, of course, Rani knows, and all of you know, the kids here. So you know very well that she's already a very devout person. She is a devotee, and she's constantly engaged in service in so many ways. So she used to, when she was a kid, when she used to go around to the market, and she used to look at the peacock feather, and she used to remember, oh, this is Krishna, this is Krishna. Then she used to see a flute, and oh, this is because of Krishna, this is Krishna's flute. So in a day-to-day activity, I'm just saying, I mean, many children also, they're very observant. When they see something that is connected to Krishna, they immediately remember. So we also have opportunity to remember Krishna in so many ways. You look at the Bhagavad Gita in your book, immediately you should remember. It should remind you. You're going somewhere in the train and you see some image, you can connect that to Krishna. Right? So we should become expert like this, that wherever we go, we should be able to remember Krishna. So now what's happening here, the most important thing is this chapter, after Yudhishthira has left, now King Parikshit is ruling the whole kingdom. We have come to this stage where this chapter, that is 17th and 18th chapter, 16th and 17th, and 19th chapter will be the last one. Okay, so now what has happened? Parikshit, he was an amazing king, ruling everything so nicely. So he thought of conquering little different places also. Why he was thinking of conquering different places? Because his kingdom was full of positivity. But what was happening was, because of the negativity surrounding his kingdom, the negativity was pouring inside his kingdom. So that he thought, okay, this is not right thing. It's better if I conquer the neighboring states, neighboring kingdoms also, then that negativity will not come into my kingdom. So see the look at the vision of Parikshit Maharaj. So thinking this way, he started conquering the neighboring kingdoms also, and he conquered. So as he was going from kingdom to kingdom, he heard a lot of glories about the Pandavas, his own grandfathers. Pandavas are all his grandfathers, right? So he was listening to the glories of all these Pandavas as he was on his expeditions. At one place, when he was traveling, Parikshit Maharaj, when he was traveling, he saw a cow and a bull. Huh? So the bull was talking to the cow. All these conversations we will discuss a little later, but the bull was Dharma personified and the cow is Mother Earth. And this bull was standing on one leg and talking to the cow. So, a very painful situation. Parikshit Maharaj saw this and he was really touched. And he saw that this is something very weird. What he saw was, actually, there was next to this cow and this bull was a very blackish person with black complexion, wearing black dress. He was wearing dressed like a king, but he was killing. He was actually hurting the cow and the bull. And this person is Kali Purusha. So this Kali Purusha, he was hurting the cows. And this is how we should know that Kali Yuga means the first attack will be on the cows, Gomata and the cows. Torture to the cows, torture to the bulls. This is the symptom of Kali Yuga. Kali began his Kali Yuga by hurting the cows. And that's what we see today. Everywhere, so many cows are getting slaughtered. Across the world, thousands of cows are slaughtered because of the satisfaction of tongue. So Kali Yuga, the symptom of Kali Yuga is this first one we should know. So this Kali was hurting, and Parishit was really wild, very very angry. So what Parishit did, that we will understand a little later. But then the point here is, as Kali Yuga, of course, Kali Yuga, Kali Purusha, he appeared before Parishit, but Kali Yuga began. His influence started when the Pandavas were only there. Before even Pandavas left, Kali had already appeared. Now, in the Mahabharata, there are some very beautiful instances mentioned. So we all know that Krishna was residing with the Pandavas after the Kurukshetra war, and everything was so beautiful, wonderful, very nice. And Yudhishthira was ruling, and we got to know that how in the time of Yudhishthira everything was flourishing. Everything was flourishing. Such a beautiful ruler he was, Yudhishthira Maharaj. So one day it so happened that there were two Brahmanas. Okay, they had, one Brahmana had sold his property, his land, to another Brahmana. Okay, and now these two Brahmanas had some quarrel. They were fighting, and both these Brahmanas, they came to Yudhishthira Maharaj, quarreling, and of course Krishna was also there with them that time. So these two Brahmanas were quarreling so much that Yudhishthira had to stop them. And Yudhishthira asked, "My dear Brahmanas, you have come here. Please tell me what's the problem. Why are you fighting? Why are you quarreling so much?" So this was the question. And that is when Yudhishthira, when he asked this question to these Brahmanas, the Brahmana said that I sold my land to this Brahmana, and this Brahmana found a treasure full of gold in this property. So this Brahmana to whom I sold is coming and telling me that this gold which I found in your land which I took from you does not belong to you. This treasure belongs to you. And this Brahmana is saying that no, no, I sold my land, and when I sold the land, the treasure also belongs to you. Look at this quarrel. Look at the level of quarrel. Today, this is not possible. मतलब आपने लैंड को सेल किया है और उस लैंड में सोना मिल गया, तो किसका सोना होगा? जिसका लैंड अभी फिलहाल में करंट द लैंड ओनर ही ओन्स दैट. बट हियर इट्स कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट. दिस पर्सन इज टेलिंग who bought the land is saying that land belongs to me, but the treasure belongs to you, the previous owner. So this was the fight. This was quarrel, and Krishna started laughing. And then Yudhishthira is looking at Krishna. Why is he laughing? And Krishna told, see, Brahmanas, now you don't fight like this. You go back home, and after 3 months, you come back again. We will resolve your problem. And Yudhishthira is thinking, why is he sending them and asking them to come after 3 months? Huh? So, after 3 months, these same two Brahmanas, they come back again. And they are still fighting. And this time, the fight is completely opposite. It's completely reversed. Earlier they're saying, no, the land is yours, the gold is yours. Now this person is saying the land is also mine, the gold is also mine. And the other Brahmana is saying the land is yours, but the gold is mine. The first owner. So the completely opposite हो गया. ये कैसे हो गया? And finally, when this quarrel was happening, Krishna told, now no fighting, both of you divide the gold and be happy, and he sent them off. Yudhishthira then goes to Krishna and he asks the question, Krishna, what happened? When first time when they came 3 months ago, they were fighting that, oh, gold does not belong to me, and they were wanting to give away the gold to other person. But now after 3 months, they are claiming that gold to be theirs. Why is this so? Then Krishna said, the influence of Kali has begun. 3 months before, there was no Kali Purusha's influence. But now, gradually, Dwapar Yuga is over. Kali is already taking his roots. And now, because of the effect of Kali, this is happening. And when this discussion happens, at that moment, Bhima, he says that I have heard some very amazing and very astonishing instances. I got my reporters and they said some very unusual things that are happening in our kingdom now. So, Yudhishthira is stunned. Now all others are also stunned. And then Bhima said, what is Bhima? When he was asked, what is it? Bhima said, one person came and reported to me that he's a farmer actually, and he saw that the neighbor's, fence. I have a property, my farming land, agricultural land, but I see that the neighbor's fence is moving into my land automatically. And Bhima goes and actually sees that the fence is moving inside the property of this farmer. Very astonishing thing. And then he also saw, Bhima also goes on to say that there was a potter. He came to me and the potter says that he had one big pot and he had 5 small pots. From the big pot, when he filled the water into these 5 small pots, all these 5 pots were filled. But then when he took the water from these 5 small pots and tried pouring into this big pot, now the big pot was only half filled. That is very astonishing. The big pot could fill all the 5 pots, but the 5 pots, when that water was put back into the big pot, it was only half full. So this is very astonishing. Something very unusual. Then another thing he saw. Another man was passing by. Another man, he was passing an elephant through an eye of a needle. A needle is so small. And he was passing the elephant through the eye of a needle. And the astonishing thing is, the elephant passed by, but the tail of elephant, it got stuck. This is very amazing, very astonishing. Right? So, this was Bhima's observation. And then he saw another instance. Another instance was, he saw there are 5 wells. Well, earlier a lot of wells were there. These days we don't see the wells. We only see the bore wells. Okay, so bore wells, of course not bore wells, wells, okay. So wells were there. Five wells were there in the same vicinity. Four wells were full of water, and the well just next to it, it was dry and empty. Very astonishing thing again. And Bhima goes on to say that he sees that there was a big pond which is fully dry and empty, and there were small little ponds nearby. They were full, and people were collecting water from those small ponds, and not and the bigger pond was completely empty and dry. And when all this was going on, when Bhima was telling this, Arjuna also tells one more thing. Arjuna says that I heard a cuckoo singing so beautifully. That bird is so beautiful. It sings so beautifully. The cuckoo was singing so beautifully, but a little while later, I saw the same cuckoo was shredding the body of a rabbit mercilessly. It was ripping apart the body of a rabbit. Now, how come such a bird which sings so beautifully is ripping apart all the body of a rabbit? So he saw that. Who? Arjuna saw this. And then Yudhishthira saw one more interesting. He saw elephant with two trunks. He never in his life had seen an elephant with two trunks. And here Yudhishthira is seeing something very unusual. And then Nakul says he saw a cow licking its calf. Now, licking the calf is a very nice thing, right? But he saw a cow is licking its calf to the extent that the skin is peeling off. That calf is licking it so much, the skin of the calf is peeling off. Very unusual thing. He never seen something. A cow will never do that actually. But he saw all these things coming. And then Sahadev says that I also saw something very astonishing. And what is that? He saw a huge boulder, huge, big, heavy boulder. It was rolling off the cliff. It is rolling off the cliff, and suddenly at one point of time, there was a small plant, and this big boulder, the moment it touched this small plant, it stopped rolling. Now everyone was so astonished to listen to all these things that is happening in their kingdom, and all the Pandavas were worried now. And they went to Krishna. Of course, Krishna was there. They asked Krishna, Krishna, please tell what is this problem? These are all something unusual things. Please explain to us what it is. Then Krishna says that, you see, that the fence, Bhima, which mentioned that fence was moving inside the farmer's fence, it only indicates that people in Kali Yuga, they have unsatiated greed. They are so greedy that they will not care whether it is belongs to me or not belongs to me. Frankly speaking, this happened to me just last 1.5 years ago. We have a property, okay, where we live actually, and there was a neighbor. Of course, that neighbor, my aunt was staying there, and she said, okay, I'm going to leave this place now. I'm old. It's an old house. It was old family house, where everybody stayed together once upon a time. It was a joint family. She was staying there for quite some time, and she could not manage. I mean, she's all alone, so she could not manage. So she thought she'll sell this, and she took another place, and she's nicely comfortable now. But then there was a little property which we had given to my aunt. It was all mutual understanding. But the new person who came, he said, no, no, this property also belongs to me. I'm just practically saying how in Kali Yuga people want to grab others' property. It's all in the papers, very clear, but still he wanted to oppose that. And finally, of course, it was all cleared, everything was sorted out. Now we understood, the marking was done, everything was done. But this is how in Kali Yuga people are so greedy, they don't care. They want to grab everything that is possible. So this is the meaning of that, how the fence was moving into another's property. And then they asked, what about the potter? He filled the water in the 5 pots, and then when they put it back, it was only half filled. The big pot was half filled. Then Krishna said, in Kali Yuga, when you love a person completely, 100%, what you get back is only 50%. So in Kali Yuga, you may love someone, okay? So don't expect 100% love. You will get back only 50%. This is the nature of Kali Yuga. This is how it is. You don't get everything that you actually invest. So, especially your love and emotions will get back only 50%. So, be aware of this. This is Kali Yuga. And then, what about the elephant, which passed through the needle, but only the nail got stuck, right? Then Krishna said it only means that people, in Kali Yuga, they will spend a lot of money on themselves, taking care of themselves, buying big iPhones, bungalows, this, that, everything, everything they will buy for themselves, but they will not think of a small thing, that is giving charity. So big elephant, they'll big money for themselves, but little charity, yeah, like a tail, little you give some charity. You have so much, give little charity. That they will not do. That is the meaning of elephant passing through the needle and the tail got stuck. And then, what about the five wells? All wells were good, but only one well out of that was completely dry. So Krishna says that in Kali Yuga, the rich becomes rich and the poor will always remain the poor. You will see that there will be in Kali Yuga rich people staying, and just next to them there'll be poor people. They'll be staying in thatched places, and this is practically what we see in Mumbai and all the metro cities in Bangalore. There'll be big apartment gated communities and complexes and everything, and right next to that there'll be slums. Everything so opulent, and just next to it, it'll be full of slums. We see that in all the metro cities. So this is the meaning of how in the same vicinity they'll all be staying there only, but they'll be full, and there'll be some wells which will be empty and dry. They have nothing like that. So this is another symptom of Kali Yuga. And what about the big pond and the small pond where having water and the big pond did not have? So it only means that there might be a person very big in knowledge, lot of depth knowledge he has, a lot of in-depth details, very knowledgeable person basically, but he will have no followers. He'll have very few followers. And some people, some crazy fellow, he will do something on TikTok and this and that, and then he will have millions of followers. He has no depth of knowledge or anything of that, but he'll have millions of followers. And that's what we see today in Instagram, and today we see that in YouTube and this reel and that reel and TikTok. I don't know where people are so shallow in their knowledge, no depth knowledge. They'll have so much of fan following. And there are people who are really serious. They are so much filled with wisdom, and they'll have only few followers. So that is the meaning of the big pond having nothing, no people going there. So people will go there. And then what about Arjuna? Arjuna saw the cuckoo, right? He saw the cuckoo singing so beautifully. So Krishna says that people in Kali Yuga, they speak all very nice, polished language. They'll speak very good language. Very sweetly they'll speak. But their hearts are so harsh. They're constantly thinking of exploiting other person, hurting someone. They'll speak very nicely, but deep within their heart, they're very harsh, just like the cuckoo. So then Yudhishthira says, what about my question? I saw the elephant with the two trunks. Then Krishna says, yes, in Kali Yuga, people will have two faces, one to show to the world and one to themselves. So that's what's happening. So many people, they may project themselves to be very good people to the outside world, but deep within, they are completely different. So two faces. Huh? So people in Kali Yuga will have like this. They'll be have always constantly. What they show to the people is completely different from the reality of what they truly are. Okay. Then Nakula said, "What about my question? The cow was licking the calf so much so that it was actually peeling off the skin of the calf." Then Krishna said, "In Kali Yuga, the parents will pamper their children so much that they'll become spoiled brats. That pampering will completely destroy the lives of the children." So this is what is happening in Kali Yuga today. We see so many parents, they have no clue what is parenting, and they are parenting simply fulfilling the desires of their children, pampering them so much, and that pampering is spoiling them. So that pampering will not work. So this is what happens. Then finally, Sahadev, he asked, "What about my question? What about that boulder so much rolling off and then finally was stuck there by a small plant. Then Krishna said, people in Kali Yuga, they are accumulating so much of bad karma, papa karma, it is becoming big, big boulder, and they're just heading towards, they're rolling towards Naraka, they're rolling towards hellish planets. But then that there is small tulsi plant, that tulsi plant, that Hare Krishna mantra, a small little thing can save them. This little Yuga Dharma of chanting the holy names and the Tulsi, worship of Tulsi, will protect them from entering the hellish planets. So, this is the benefit of Kali Yuga. So, this is how all these different things are actually coming true. They're all happening in this world. Don't think these are some imaginary things. Everything is happening in Kali Yuga. So Krishna, of course, he mentioned and gave them the explanation of these symptoms. And then here, looking at this cow and bull, Parishit was very sad. And then she is actually explaining, the cow is telling that, I'm morose. Actually, the bull is asking question, why, oh my dear cow, you are so morose. Why are you so sad? Is it because you see me having just one leg, standing on one leg is what makes you unhappy? Or is it that you see that the cows are being slaughtered constantly, that you are not satisfied, you are unhappy? And like that, many questions the bull is asking the cow. And then finally the cow says, it's all because there are 40 qualities in Krishna, and all these 40 qualities are missing today in the world. And because of these, I am actually very morose, I'm very disturbed, I'm unhappy. I'll just chant the shloka. It's very beautiful. These 40 qualities, the cow, mother cow, who is actually Mother Earth. She has come in the form of a cow. So Mother Earth is saying, on this planet right now, because Krishna has left, all this adharma is going on, and the good qualities are missing. And what are those good qualities? Very beautiful. Satyam Shaucham Daya Shantis Tyaga Santosha Arjavam Shamodamas Samyam Titiksho Parthishrutam Jnanam Viraktir Aishwaryam Shauryam Tejo Balam Smritihi Swanantrayam Kaushalam Kantir Dhairyam Madhavam Evacha Pragalbhyam Prashrayashilam Saha Ojabalam Bhaga Gambhiryam Stairyam Astikyam Kirtir Mano Nahankritihi Ete Chanya Cha Bhagavan Nitya Yatra Mahagunaha Prarthya Mahatvam Ichhabdir Na Viyanti Smakarhichet तेनाहं गुणपात्रेण श्रीनिवासेन साम्प्रतं शोचामि रहितं लोकं पाप्मना कलिनिक्षेतम्. So, Mother Earth, in the form of cow, she's saying that there are some very beautiful 40 qualities in Krishna: truthfulness, cleanliness, intolerance to another's unhappiness, the power of control, controlling anger, self satisfaction, straightforwardness, steadiness in mind, control of sense organs, responsibility, equality, tolerance, equanimity, faithfulness, knowledge, absence of sense enjoyment, leadership, chivalry, influence, the power to make everything possible, the discharge of proper duty, complete independence, dexterity, hmm? Fullness of dexterity means intelligence, very expert, fullness of all beauty, serenity, kind heartedness, ingenuity. Ingenuity means smart, intelligence, gentility, magnanimity, determination, perfection in all knowledge, proper execution, possession of all good objects of enjoyment, joyfulness, immovability, fidelity, fame, worship, pridelessness, being as the Supreme Personality of God, eternity, and many other transcendental qualities which he's saying. Okay, so very beautiful qualities these are. The point here is, do we have at least some of these qualities? Kind heartedness, truthfulness, cleanliness, knowledge, wisdom, right? Some sort of ability to do things. So if we all have to some extent, no doubt about it. Each one of us will have some. But can we increase this in the association of devotees? If you have this much percentage, increase it to the next percentage. Increase your percentage of these good qualities. You are all good, having all these good qualities, but can we increase it? Yeah, we should increase it. Okay, we should do this. We should follow and increase. We should develop these qualities. Otherwise, we'll remain where we are. So that's why if we have to go in depth into all these things, we have to not superficially understand Srimad Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. Go a little, dive deeper into it. You know a little bit something on the surface level, you think that, okay, I know everything. No, you should go dive deeper into this. Once there was a guru, and that guru, he asked his shishya, his disciple, tell me, what is the origin of the nectar, Amrita? Then the Shishya said, oh, I know this story. There was a Samudra Manthan, and when the Daityas and Devatas were doing the Samudra Manthan, the Dhanvantri, he bought a very beautiful pot of nectar. And that's when the Guru said, see, I'm not asking you how it came from the ocean. I'm asking you how the Amrit itself was created. What is the origin of it? Then the Shishya started thinking, oh, yes, actually, I don't know how it actually, it came from the ocean, but how did it actually come into the ocean? Amrita. So then the Shishya said, my dear Guru, I really don't know how it came there. Then the Guru explains, the Lord resides on the Anantashesha in the ocean, right? And when the Lord sweats, when the Lord sweats, that sweat of Lord Vishnu, Narayana, that gets into this ocean and it is collected in a pot. That sweat of Lord Narayana is the Amrit that the Devatas take and they remain immortals. Just see the power of the sweat. If we sweat, oh my God, we have to apply all the deodorants and other things, right? We'll be stinking so badly. But here, the sweat of the Lord is so transcendental. It is an amrita that the devatas are drinking and becoming immortals. So we should never get half knowledge. Even if there is some knowledge that we have already, we should see that we get into the depth of it. Hmm? So we should examine all these qualities in us. So this is the homework for all of you. Basically, try to get some time for yourself. Do some soul searching. What are your good qualities? What are the qualities that you want to improve? So you should make a list of all these things so that at least you are aware of yourself. Don't take these things lightly. Writing it down is so important. If you can write down the good qualities that you have and then at least reflect upon, oh, you will at least feel, oh yes, I'm, by the way, thoda so some goodness is there in me. Otherwise, some people will be like feeling guilty, oh, I'm not a good person, I have this quality, that bad quality, this weakness is there, that weakness is there. Write down some good qualities and probably you will get some strength. So please do this homework of identifying your own good qualities. Then, of course, Mother Earth, she was so morose because all these qualities were missing. And then people in this rule of Yudhishthira, they were so pious because Yudhishthira himself was so pious. And she was missing all of that. And in the time of Yudhishthira, people were so opulent. Everybody had enough. We use these disposable papers today, paper plates, disposable paper plates we eat and then dispose. In the time of Yudhishthira, they used to have disposable gold plates. They used to eat in golden plates and they used to throw it. That's how it was. So people did not care for all gold and other things. They had enough. And you must be thinking, oh, that people were begging at that time also. People were begging during Yudhishthira's time as a part of sadhana for purification. Bhavati, Bhiksham, Dehi. They'll go and beg. Why? Because as a part of their sadhana. Not because they don't have money. Not out of compulsion they were begging. There are people like this. In US, there is a club. It's a millionaires club. Sometimes, these millionaires, they don't want to be millionaires. They're fed up. And because they don't want to be millionaires, sometimes they wear all the tax clothes. And they go out for begging. All these things are happening. They're, fed up of being millionaires after having so much of money. They want to go out and beg and they want to have an experience of begging. how it will be. Huh? So these kind of activities happen. So people like that, if today people can do this, then you can imagine that time Yudhishthira Maharaj, they never begged because of out of compulsion. That was a sadhana for them. Okay, and the beginning of the Kali Yuga, like I mentioned, it is with the atrocities against the mother cow. And when all the special characteristics of the people in the age of Kali were seen, then Shukadeva Goswami says, what are the special characteristics of the people in Kali Yuga? Dukkha and Shokha. These are the common things that everybody in Kali Yuga will have. Dukkha and Shokha. You see practically everywhere in this world. Constant dukkha is there in our hearts. We may be smiling, but dukkha is there. Shoka is there. Constant lamentation is there. We carry these. People of Kali Yuga carry this dukkha and shoka. Unless you are a devotee, you are doing your sadhana properly, chanting properly, you're spiritually connected, it is fine. Otherwise, most of the people, hopeless condition. Everybody is going through dukkha and shoka only. Okay? Then, actually, this is a very beautiful analogy. The bull standing on four legs, the bull actually represents dharma, and the three legs are broken. So the bull, which is dharma, the three legs has four legs. The four pillars of dharma, now only one is remaining. What are the four pillars? Austerity, truthfulness, cleanliness, compassion. Okay? So, Satyam, Tapas, Shaucham, and Daya. So, these are the four pillars of Dharma. And today, all these four dharmas are being broken because of the effect of Kali. In Kali Yuga, only truthfulness is standing, austerity is gone, cleanliness is gone, compassion is gone completely. Only one is truthfulness. To some extent, people today they still respect truth, and slowly, gradually, that is also going off. Okay, so intoxication. People ask for austerity. You see, people cannot do austerity, tapasya, because they are into drinking alcohol, drugs. So all these things reduce austerity in us. We cannot do tapas. Even Ekadashi itself is not possible for us. So difficult. Hmm? Truthfulness, little bit remaining. People are somehow managing truthfulness. Cleanliness, today there is so much of prostitution going on. It destroys the cleanliness. We are not talking simply of the external cleanliness, the internal cleanliness also. These four principles, externally we can follow, maybe easy. Internally also, at a subtle level, we need to follow these four qualities. People will say, Daya, oh no, no, I'm not a meat eater, I'm a vegetarian, I don't eat anything meat. That's why I'm compassionate. So we will be compassionate with what is coming onto our plate. But the person sitting next to us will be totally uncompassionate. We'll be so harsh and insensitive to that person. So we are compassionate to the animals, but not to the person sitting next to me. So where is Daya? What is the point? I've told this many times. People are taking selfies with the dead bodies. This kind of thing is going on. Somebody is suffering, they're about to die, and instead of saving that person, somebody has met with a car accident, they don't want to save that person, but they want to be busy shooting the video so that it will go viral. Crazy people, huh? So where is Daya? Daya is gone. So with all this thing, mother cow, the earth, she's become weak and she feels exploited. Everything is polluted in this Kali Yuga. Water is polluted, air is polluted, earth is polluted with plastic, ocean is polluted, everything is polluted. So with this kind of thing, how can the earth be happy? The cow can be happy, right? So Kali represents all the negativity, and Kali is very proud. And people are very proud about their vices today. They do all wrong things. They feel I'm so proud. I'm modern today because I drink, I smoke. So people feel that all these things are very, very good things, and they boast about, oh, I drank this alcohol, this brand and that brand, champagne, I don't know what not, 5,000 rupees bottle. They boast about these things. So Kali is very happy with such. So such people are called Kali Chelas. Kali Chela. They're all Kali Chelas who follow Kali. Hmm? So this is the age of quarrel. Kali means age of quarrel. Constantly there'll be some fights. Constantly people are fighting. And if few days people are quiet, no, they feel something uncomfortable. Oh, I have not fought no for so many days. Let me fight now. This is the nature today. People find reason to fight these days because it's the age of Kali. Hmm? And now, when Parishit saw mother cow saying all these and bull saying all these things, he got very angry on Kali. He said, I will not leave you. And he took out his sword and he was about to chop the head of Kali right there. And then Kali immediately he fell at the feet of Parikshit Maharaj. Uh, Let us see what Suta Goswami says. Suta uvacha abhyatitastada tasmai sthanani kalaye dadau dyutam panam striya shuna yatra dharmasya turvidaha. So basically, what happened was when Parikshit took out his sword to kill this Kali Purusha begged, "Oh my Lord, please forgive me. I am also your praja. I am also your praja only. You should protect me." And see, earlier the kings were such that anybody surrenders to them, a person when he surrenders, he will not kill them. So Kshatriyas were like that. Kshatriya means anybody surrenders to a Kshatriya rule is that they will not kill that person. They should not kill. Anybody who surrenders, we should not hurt them. So this person, Kali Purusha, now he surrendered and he said, please, please forgive me. So Parikshit said, get lost of this place. He said, see, wherever I go, then people will also reject me. You please give me a proper place to stay. So Kali Purusha is asking, so that everywhere is your rule only, everything there is piety, everything is so wonderful here. I have to stay means I need to have some place, right? So you give me some place. So that's when uh, Parikshit, he gave him some place. What are the four places he gave for Kali Purusha? He gave him permission to reside in the places where the gambling is happening, where the drinking is happening, drinking alcohol, where there is prostitution, and where there is animal slaughter. Practically, Kali has entered every home today. Every home Kali has entered. Gambling, drinking, prostitution, and animal slaughter. Everywhere the world is filled with these things. So Kali Purusha is ruling very nicely because this is Yuga. Kali Yuga it is his time. He is ruling. And that's why when Kali is ruling, you will see all this is in rise. And then Kali did not stop here. He was not satisfied with these four places. He said that I want another place also. Please give me another place. Then Punascha yacha manaya jata rupam madat prabhu tato nritam madam kamam rajo vairam cha panchamam. Then because the personality of Kali asked for something more, and because of his begging, the king gave him permission to live where there is gold. Because wherever there is gold, there is also falsity, intoxication, lust, envy, and enmity. Just look. Wherever there is gold, wherever the gold is hoarded, extra gold is hoarded, Kali Purusha immediately resides. And wherever there is extra gold, more than required, I'm not saying we should not have gold. By the way, okay, some Mataji's ladies here, it's not that we are against gold. You can have some gold and gold jewelry, you can there. But the moment you decide to hoard gold, you want to take gold more than that is required, that means Kali Purusha is there. You are inviting Kali Purusha. And when Kali Purusha comes, then there will be intoxication, gambling, all unnecessary tension will come in home. You look at people having more gold, they'll have lots of problems. You may not see it externally, and they look all very happy, but deep within their hearts, they're all dissatisfied because somewhere they are getting into wrong things. They will be doing a lot of wrong things. That's the effect of gold, Kali Purusha. These are all strong statements of the Bhagavad Gita. It is not simply a story, it's a truth that is happening. We are seeing all these things happening. So, more the gold, more than required, it is only going to cause problem to you. So, be very careful in what you invest. So, extra gold is always a problem. So all these things, right? Intoxication, gambling, illicit sex, and all these things are only going to cause problems. So we have to follow them at the gross level and also at the subtle level. Hmm? So we should not allow Kali to royally enjoy in our life. Okay. So finally, Suta Goswami is ending with a very beautiful verse. He says that Vrishaya nashtam strinpadan tapashaucham dayamiti pratisandaha Pradisandada Ashwasya Mahimcha Samavardhayat. So basically, what he's saying, therefore, the king has re-established the lost legs of the personality of religion, bull, and by encouraging the activities, he sufficiently improved the condition of the earth. So, King Parikshit, what happened? With his ruling, he bought back with his tapas. Tapas Saucham Daya iti. Out of his austerity, he bought back the four complete legs of the bull and he re-established all the good qualities on the earth. Very, very powerful. So, in life, Krishna also says that if you want to really be happy, you have to perform yajna. Our life is meant to have yajna, be with yajna. So, uh, in South India, there is a very powerful saint called Raghavendra Swami. He is an incarnation of Prahlad Maharaj. Raghavendra Swami happened to go to Tanjore once, and that time Tanjore was inflicted with famine. The king was not happy. There was no rains for many many years, and everyone was suffering because there was no rains. So Raghavendra Swami, when he visited Tanjore, the king got the news that, oh, such a great saint has come to my kingdom and let me invite him. And the king goes and tells the king of Tanjore, he says, my lord, please help us because it's been so many years, there is no water, there is no rains, and people here are suffering. Please help. That time, Raghavendra Swami, he says that, my dear king, because there are certain things the citizens are not doing. There are five things which the citizens of your kingdom are not doing, and that's why there is drought. And they have to perform this. What are those five things? Brahma Yagna, Bhuta Yagna, Pitra Yagna, Deva Yagna, Manusha Yagna. So, what are these different yagnas? We have to understand. These are very, very important. Okay? So, Brahma Yagna. Brahma Yagna means the study of the scriptures. We are studying the scriptures now. Okay, very important. Now you may think that, okay, how studying the scriptures will help me. You might have this question, right? How studying the scriptures will help the whole universe? Oh my God, actually, it helps the society. You may be thinking that, okay, we are listening to the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam class here. How is it helping? No, it helps. This is the yajna. Yajna means what? Sacrifice. A little effort that you take. You could have actually slept on the Sunday morning, but then you are here doing tapasya. This is tapas, right? So when you do tapas, that positive energy is spread across in the society also. And your knowledge, you're getting the knowledge. So when you get the knowledge, you are actually helping others also, right? So this is called Brahma Yagna, Bhuta Yagna. Uh, Bhuta Yagna means helping the different living entities. You have to many times in the olden Vedic culture, they apply rangoli. They apply rangoli using the rice flour. You know that? They make a nice, mm, with rice, they grind the rice and they make a paste out of rice and they apply it on the floors. Even in the temples when you go, even in our Vaikunta hill in Bangalore, the Mataji is there. They used to make rangoli out of the rice flour. So they take it and make very beautiful rangolis. Now what happens with that? The small, small insects, the small ants, they will come and they feed on that. They take. So you are actually helping the ants and others to get the food. Many times, we are cooking something, immediately some food grains will fall, sugar will fall. Oh, you think, oh, what a big mistake that I did. It's not a mistake. The Lord knows when to feed other living entity. He is in charge of taking care of everybody. You may have dropped it. It may be an accident for you, but for the Lord, it's not an accident. He wanted to feed the ants in your home, so He makes that ant the sugar to fall or whatever that to fall, and they will eat. The cockroach in your home. Everybody needs food, right? The Lord maintains everybody. So this is called Bhuta Yagna. So you need to help other living entities also. It's very important. The cows, you have to feed the cows. Feeding the cow, very beautiful. Go seva. So Brahma Yagna, Bhuta Yagna. Then Pitra Yagna. You have to do something you should at least once in a year remember your ancestors and do some Pitra Yagna. Remember them and offer them something Krishna Prasadam. Very important. Pitra Yagna to the ancestors, that will help. In fact, it is very, very powerful. Pitra Yagna, there's a very lot of details into this, but we'll explain sometime later. But Pitra Yagna has to be done. And then Deva Yagna, you should at least be thankful to the Devatas. The Devatas are helping us with so many things. Be thankful. They are not the Supreme Lord, but you should be at least thankful to them. Be thankful to them for whatever they are giving. Even to blink your eyes, you need a help of a Devata. Even to pass urine and stool, you need a help of a Devata. So devatas are involved in digestion. Devatas are involved in breathing. All the body functions. Every devotee, every Indra is taking care of the hands. Legs are taken care by another deva. So like that, all the body parts are taken over by devatas. We have to be respectful to them, right? And then finally, Manushya Yagna. We have to be compassionate to others and help others. People in distress and trouble. Many times we see that we are not these days, especially in Kali Yuga, it's all reducing. So, when these five things are done properly, everything will be all right. And Raghavendra Swami, he personally started performing this yagna. Actually, Panchamahayagna it is called. This Panchamahayagna was performed practically in every household in the Vedic times. Today it's all gone, lost. Of course, we cannot do all this. That's why we are doing Japa Yagna. Because we cannot do all this Panchamahayagna, you are doing Japa Yagna, which is the most powerful. But do it properly every day. Japa Yagna. But along with Japa Yagna, if you can do these things, amazing. Please do it. At least we are in the phase of Kali Yuga where we can get little bit of these items and we can do it. It's possible. Okay, as the Kali Yuga progresses, only Japa Yagna. But now you can do sometimes. It is good. So Raghavendra Swami, he actually took charge and he performed these yagnas, and the yagna was successful. Immediately there was torrential rain and everybody was joyous. The king was happy and everybody became so happy. Everybody was so happy. And then the king, out of his happiness, he took a silver chain, very beautiful silver necklace, and he came and he offered it to Raghavendra Swami. Please take it. And Raghavendra Swami, he took it in hand, the silver chain, and the king was very happy. Oh, yes, I gave something to Raghavendra Swami. Raghavendra Swami looked at his face and threw that silver chain in the fire. And immediately there was a facial expressions of the king changed. And somewhere, there was a disgust. Oh, what? I gave him such a silver, nice necklace and he threw it in the fire. So Raghavendra Swami was observing this. And then, looking at the disgust of the king, Raghavendra Swami, he put his hand in the fire and he picked up the silver necklace and handed it over to the king. And king was thinking, oh, my hand will burn. No, when he took that, necklace was cool. And Raghavendra Swami's hands were not burnt. Nothing happened to him. And the king was astonished. My lord, please tell me, what is this? How could you actually do all this and nothing happened to you? Then Raghavendra Swami says, see, if the Lord wants, it will rain. And the Lord is there in fire. If he wants to burn, he will burn. If he doesn't want to burn, it will not burn. And please understand, Raghavendra Swami is the incarnation of Prahlad Maharaj. And Prahlad Maharaj was actually taken onto the pyre of fire by Holika. Holika tried to burn Prahlad Maharaj. But who got burnt? Holika, not Prahlad Maharaj. So the same Prahlad Maharaj, when he came as Raghavendra Swami, how do you think the fire could burn him? Right? So nothing happened to him. So the king was very happy and astonished. Now, what I'm trying to say is, when we perform yajnas, this is what Sutta Goswami is saying. There'll be, prosperity in the society. There'll be prosperity at your home. So please do Japa Yajna regularly. And if possible, this Pitra Yajna, Bhut Yajna, Manusha Yajna, whatever possible, please do it. Lord has given some opportunity to do some Dharma Karya that will help and bring a lot of prosperity. Okay, so with just one more last thing I want to finish this session. I know I have extended a little bit, but Bhagavatam classes are a little extended. So, one last story, a pastime, and this story is from a movie, okay? So, why am I saying a movie story? But uh, it is something very connected to Krishna, right? So, there was a very nice rich man, and so much so that he had wealth and bungalow in every different place. His business was growing, and he had business in multiple locations. He grew his business in different countries, and he became a very big guy, a multimillionaire, so much wealth. But what to do? At one point of time, he was diagnosed with a disease which was incurable. And then the only thing that David told him was, okay, I mean, he got into anxiety basically, not like a disease that was incurable, but it was basically that he got so stressed. The doctors told him that you have to take complete rest, and the only solution in medicine is rest, nothing else. And this person had invested and made homes everywhere. So he had a very nice, beautiful bungalow in Shimla. Huh? So holiday home for him. So there was a holiday home, and he had given it long time ago. There was a caretaker, and this caretaker anyway, he had not seen the owner. He was only appointed, and he was taking care of the home, thinking that one day he will come, someday he will come, and he will reside here. But that caretaker also was a Kali Yuga product. So he thought that, okay, anyway, the owner is not coming. So he started giving this holiday home on a rent and started making money out of it. So when the owner actually comes, this person doesn't know that he's a owner, and the owner gets to know that, oh, this fellow is using my own property and making money out of it. So the owner, what he does is he goes there and says, see, I want to stay for a few days. I'll pay rent also. Can I stay? This fellow says, yes, yes, very nice. You please come and stay. Started saying, in his own house, he's paying rent and he's staying there. After a few days, this rich fellow, he calls this caretaker and says, I am the owner of this whole place. How dare you that you are doing this business? This person falls at the feet and says, please forgive me. Please let go of all that has happened. It was my mistake, so please forgive me for all the nonsense that I have done before. He was forgiven. The point here is, why am I telling this? Actually, this is what is happening with us also. We all have this body. This body is a house. Hmm? And this does not belong to us. It belongs to Krishna. And it is given to us. Okay? We are here residing like a caretaker. And as a caretaker, it is our responsibility that we use the eyes, we use the ears, we use the nose, we use the tongue, this hands, this legs, and everything. For what? To take care and ensure that the Lord, who is the owner, is happy. But what is happening now is, instead of taking care of this body nicely, this senses nicely, and using all these things for the owner's purpose, for his satisfaction, we have rented out this to Kali Purusha. We have rented out this to Netflix. We have rented out this all our body to other OTT channels. We have rented it out to family members. We have rented it to so many different things in our life. Okay, so we have rented this whole body to all the people other than the owner of this body, Krishna. Right? So now, when the owner comes, Krishna comes, what he will say? He will not say, now, oh, I'm the owner, give it to me. No. He will simply come and reside. He has come and resided here now. As a tenant, what is he saying? Okay, I'll give you everything, tenant and everything, I'll give you everything. But let me give a little, let me be here. What is he asking us? He's asking us only one thing: chant Hare Krishna mantra. Just begin with this one round of chanting Hare Krishna. Little you do dharma. He's not completely asking everything. He's asking little bit. And slowly, gradually, when you start chanting Hare Krishna mantra, you understand, oh my God, actually this belongs to the Lord, not me. So I cannot rent it out to anyone. I have to actually take it and use it only for the Lord's purpose. Like Amrish Maharaj. Amrish Maharaj used his hands, legs, eyes, nose, full body in the service of the Lord. So then the Lord will claim, oh, now it's mine. The Lord is very gentleman, He's very compassionate. So the Lord comes into our life and he has come as a tenant now. So we should understand with knowledge that the Lord is not a tenant, he is actually owner of this body. And all others to whom we have given our consciousness, our body, and our senses, we are to retract all these things and offer it to the Lord. That way we will be truly happy. So this is our situation, this is our condition. Okay, so with this, uh, I will end this session for today. If you have any questions, feel free. There were some comments. Let me go through the comments. Mm, okay. Yeah, right. So that's why Krishna, loving Krishna 100% will come. True. 100% back. Anybody you love in this world, you'll get back only 50% of it. That's the nature. That's the nature of Kali Yuga, especially. Okay. So because we are in Kali Yuga, try to love Krishna and 100% you'll get back. No doubt about it. Any other questions? Anybody? Anything that you want to ask? And you can ask questions only in the comment section here. Today, for some reason, I don't know why StreamYard was not able to take some of you. Any other question? Anything that you want to check, ask. And all those who have joined on YouTube, say Hare Krishna just so that I know that you have joined. Okay. All right. So if there are no questions, or if you have any questions later, you can message me in the WhatsApp group. So please take care. And in the next session, we are going to continue from where we have left. And in the next session, will be the last session of the first canto. Okay. So please take care until then. Hare Krishna.